Thanks for having me, and it's great to be part of and great to be invited to Fenestration Canada for the online career fair. I'm here today representing the BC Construction Association, and my goal today is just to introduce you to BCCA and what we do, an assortment and array of the assets that we provide, who our partners are, what our priorities are, and how we can assist you. We're here for all of industry, and we want to make sure that we increase that awareness to what we're doing here in British Columbia. So in BC, first of all, we position ourselves. We're provincial, nonprofit, we're nonpartisan, and we endeavor to position ourselves as a trusted champion for BC's construction industry. We have four provincial partners in the Northern Regional Construction Association, the Southern Interior Construction Association, Vancouver Island Construction Association, and the Vancouver Regional. They are our integrated partners whose membership comes forward to BCCA, and we are further networked to the Canadian Construction Association. That's how our integrated, federated membership works. But throughout British Columbia, and it's great to see some other colleagues and counterparts on this call as well. We are networked across industry and consider ourselves one of many industry serving partners. Some of the things that we've done in the past is, of course, we lead with advocacy, fair, open, transparent procurement, prompt payment, everything that's going on with tariffs. I'll post our website at the end so people can go and take a look. But we're here first and foremost to help employers, and we've heard more than ever in recent years that employers need help finding qualified workers. They want to grow their businesses, they want to plan for retirement and succession, and they want to access business opportunities and expertise. And on the flip side, when it comes to attraction, what we're doing for individuals to find the appropriate matches, to discover construction careers, to explore the high opportunity occupations that exist in construction, and really promote the industry as one that has an incredible opportunity and future in it, given all of the announcements on building and infrastructure and housing that we have. We position ourselves as a solutions first, as a solutions-based advocate, and we lead with solutions. So this page just outlines a number of the things that we do. Industry practices is our gateway to hold the government's feet to the fire on their procurement practices and legislation that they can bring in to make business possible in British Columbia. And we really lead the country in a number of our positions and advocacy points. I'm not going to go through all of these logos, but a couple of them that I will touch on. We've had a benefits plan at BCCA for the better part of 55 years. Bid Central over on the right is a platform where projects or any project across British Columbia is scraped from bids and tenders from BC Bid, and it really coordinates all the construction projects into one place in Bid Central and provides an array of services and opportunities for industry companies. But the largest scope of the logos that you'll see on here, whether it's Builders Code, integrating newcomers, Talent Central, building builders, there's mentorship, there's job placements, there's welcoming new Canadians, there's connecting people in communities in British Columbia to job opportunities, and all of these are free for employers to access. So please, I would say take a look at the BCCA website, and I'll go into a bit of detail on some of these later. But these are incredible resources, and that we've made available and developed over years of putting workforce needs of the industry first. Some of the important work that we do is development of statistics for the industry. We have a fall and a spring stat pack. The timing of this webinar didn't allow for us to get the fall stat pack out to you in time. But this just really emphasizes our efforts to elevate the industry. We usually release the spring stat pack during Construction and Skilled Trades Month in British Columbia. And it's important that we're making sure that the government and the public sees the economic value of the construction industry. 10% of BC's GDP, more than 250,000 people work in BC's construction industry, and more than 28,000 employers are working in British Columbia's industrial, commercial, institutional, and multi-unit residential sector. The average wage just keeps climbing up, and that might be not great news for many employers who are on this call, many members who we talk to on a regular basis, but it's a reality of the economy. It's a reality of demand. And that represents about a 38% increase over the past 5 years of us tracking this. The one thing it does do is it makes people start to pay attention that we're recession proof, we're pandemic proof, we're a good place for people to come where they can be debt free coming out of school. So it's a wonderful thing for us to lead with, to say there's tremendous high opportunity occupations that exist in our industry. And one of the areas that we're working hard is to diversify the makeup of the workforce in construction. It's traditionally been 95% male, and we've got we have goals to have 10% female participation by as soon as 2028. And some of our initiatives work hard to support that, and I know some of our colleagues are leaning in hard on that ambition for us to make sure that we're diversifying our workforce. So that's our stat pack. So one of the programs I'm just going to touch briefly on is a new initiative that kind of aggregates many of our workforce solutions programs. Talent Central has been created to serve both employers' needs and job seekers' needs. And it builds on the success that we had with our apprenticeship services program about creating a level of optimism and enthusiasm for working in the industry and a sense of pride about this is what a builder looks like. And it's projecting people doing things that aren't their job. It's about using the job to create a lifestyle. And in a place like British Columbia, there's a lot of lifestyle to be had outside of your job. So this becomes a marketplace. This is like our Indeed for construction. This is where job seekers can post their profiles and post their resumes. Employers can post their jobs. We make the matches, or the matches are organically found. But beyond that, it's a catalog of resources for job seekers. If they're not quite ready, where do they go and get their credentialing? For employers, other resources that we or our industry partners have. This is where it's listed. So employers are finding things that they didn't even know existed when time is precious. So Talent Central is something that I would encourage you all to bookmark and find and take advantage of to the extent that you can. One other important thing, we focused for generations on the attraction of talent, but we recognized pre-pandemic that we were doing a great job of attracting people through high opportunity occupations, good jobs, well-paying jobs, but we were doing a crappy job of keeping them there because our culture was inherently poor in the construction industry. So those business leaders who are going to have success in the future need to change their culture. They need to change their workplace culture by removing things that were historically okay, things like bullying, hazing, harassment, discrimination. All of those things need to be systematically eradicated from the workplace for your own protection, but also to create a sense of safety and productivity on all job sites, which should be the ultimate goal for all employers. So Builders Code is our statement. It's a top-down approach. It's an industry-led. It's an opt-in, sign a pledge, organize some training, take an employer scorecard to take the barometer of your workplace culture. Because if you're not paying attention to your culture, you're not really serious about attracting and retaining the workforce that you need. So it all works together. Builders Code is a critical piece of any employer's future in the construction industry. And there are other complementary programs that are saying the same things, They're just saying it in a different way, but we all want the same things, and that's safe and productive job sites. Um, Another thing, because you know where to go to if you want to find things out about workforce solutions. Off the get-go, we were talking about chaos and uncertainty. One thing that BCCA has been emphatic about for more than a decade has been bringing in prompt payment legislation and adjudication to British Columbia. We have been on this pretty fervently for the past number of years. And this year, the Attorney General's office has announced that they would strike a team to try to put legislation together for the industry. We are hopeful that that legislation will be tabled at the fall sitting of British Columbia's legislature so we can become more in line with the rest of the nation, specifically Ontario, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and other jurisdictions, including the federal government, that has brought in prompt payment and adjudication. We feel that we may be stopping short of any sort of reform to our Lien Act, which will still be an outstanding advocacy thing for us to focus on. But it should be an incredible starting point for British Columbia to receive this royal assent of prompt payment and adjudication. And that's something that we've been leading and working very hard on that. So I would encourage you to just take a look at our website. Everything from workforce solutions to advocacy to current events and serving the needs of industry are always paramount importance to us as an industry serving association. So with that, I know time is precious. I will open it up to any questions or turn it over to the next presenter. Thank you very much.